John's a big Tiger supporter. He just got solar power installed. He used to spend $600 per quarter on power, but with his new bill plus Metro Solar Easy Payments, he's saving $169 per quarter from day one. That adds up to $88,000 after 25 years. So no, John can't own his power company, but he can own his solar system.
Welcome Tiger fans to the Spotlight on round 10, brought to you by Metro Solar. The Tigers are taking on the GWS Giants up at Spotless Stadium in Western Sydney on Saturday afternoon, and as always I'm joined by Danny Daly. Now, before we get into it, Danny, I've changed things around here. This is going to be the turning point of the season.
I hope so, mate.
I can feel it coming.
I hope so, because we need to change something, and we need to get a win on the boards for the club and our supporters, so hopefully this is it, mate.
Hopefully it is. What was the wash-up to the Melbourne game? It was bitterly disappointing. We won't gloss over that.
No, we can't.
What were the key factors?
Yeah, can't hide behind the fact that Melbourne beat us in contested footy. They beat us in clearances, which involves contested footy as well, and they scored from turnovers. So, we were pretty disappointing, and we just got to fix that. As you said, we can't gloss over it or hide behind it. We've got to work harder and get back on track with a few of these areas to get a win.
Well, contested footy is something I reckon you can fix up pretty easily, just with a mindset sort of the players.
Well, it is, and one thing we've been training this week is a lot of contested situations, and it's an area where we've got to get better in, and we did a lot of training on it over the pre-season, but the reality is when opposition bring heat, we've got to be able to handle it, and we've got to be clean with the football in contested situations, and just win those battles in all areas. Like we were beaten in our defensive 50, we were beaten through the midfield, and I think we broke even in the forward line, so it's an area we've just got to get better at. All right,
well, let's have a look at the team, and bitterly disappointed David Asprey's out, but Dylan Grimes, obvious replacement for him.
Yeah, it's shattering for Dave. It's a second injury he's had like this in his last couple of years, and he was probably the biggest find of the season for us so far, so it's bitterly disappointing for him, but opens up an opportunity for Grimesy to come back in. He's obviously dropped a couple of weeks ago. He's gone back to the VFL and worked hard on some areas of his game that he needs to improve on in defence. So he'll come into the side and fulfil that role.
Well, Matty Thomas comes back in also. You mentioned contested ball. There's none better. He had 20 in the twos last week in that area.
Yeah, he was good last week, and he missed 3 or 4 weeks through injury and also from being a carryover. And one thing he's provided for us is that ball scenario where he can hopefully help Cochin and Jacko and Lids and Conker win some more contested ball around stoppages for us, so he'll be an added bonus for us in the midfield.
Now the leader for GWS, Callan Ward, he's been a revelation this year, and on this theme of contested footy, you know what you're going to get with Callan Ward.
Yeah, we do, and looking through all his vision from the year, he's probably been their number one, as you said, and in the games that they won, he's been the one that's got him going and kept him going, especially against Sydney. Like he was outstanding in that game, so we'll obviously run with him this week in all areas of the ground, stoppages and around the ground, and just have the mindset of just locking him down, and that goes a long way to our boys playing good contested footy as well. If we know we've got a full lockdown player who can do the job on this guy and allow our other guys to win the footy for us.
I guess another player you'll be looking at closely is the big mummy, Shane Mumford, back into the team. I reckon at round 4 he was the All-Australian ruckman. You're going to have to work closely on him.
Yeah, again, absolutely. The first 3 rounds he was the dominant ruckman, and it's no coincidence they were number 1 in the AFL for clearance differential, and I think they kicked 6 goals from forward 50 stoppages in round 1 and 5 goals in round 3, so his influence has been massive in their early games, and he's obviously missed 4 or 5 games and they've dropped away, so he's back this week, so we can expect what they've done in the first couple of games this year, and just have to make sure our ruckman Hammer and Ty or Griffo just get the job done against him, and our midfielders win the clearance battle.
Having a look at their forward line, 2 young superstars down there, or potential superstars, Jeremy Cameron and the big General Patton.
Yep.
How you match up on them? Which way do we go? Rance and Grimes, I guess?
Yeah, Rancy and Grimesy, and probably Rancy will get Patton, I suppose, the bigger guy, and Cameron obviously coming back from that eye issue he had. He's another one who hasn't been in terrific form, but no doubt over the break he's been training hard, so Grimes will probably get the job on him. It's really important that we just nullify their influence down forward, as we can see there through their averages. When they're up and going, they're probably 2 main instigators working together, so we've just got to make sure our defenders are really tight on them. We've probably been giving them too much leeway to our opposition in the last few weeks, so we've just got to play tight one-on-one football against these guys and get spoils in and hopefully get that contested ball win that we've been talking about.
And they do have Giles down there as well, the big fella.
Yeah, so obviously, you know, Chappie can play on those guys. Chappie was obviously disappointed in the first half last week. So being a proud man Chappie is, he'll obviously come out this week with a different mindset and hopefully get the job done against these guys as well.
Well, they've come off a disappointing loss the last time they played over in Perth, a huge loss. They've had a long time to think about it.
Yep.
You know they're going to come ready to play as well.
Absolutely, and we'd be kidding ourselves if we didn't think we had to come out and play just as hard based on our last couple of weeks. So one thing you can do early in games is get the game on your terms, and that starts at the first centre bounce, and it starts with our first tackle, and it starts with our first pressure type situation. So again, our boys need to come out and show something for, you know, not only themselves but for the supporters and the club, and you know, just come out with that Tiger attitude that we need to show again.
Certainly looking forward to seeing that. Good luck up there, Danny. It's going to be a nice day, 24 degrees, I think.
Yeah, they're saying that, so there's no reason why we can't play good football and again, hopefully impact the scoreboard and hopefully get the job done for our supporters and repay some faith in them. Yeah.
Thanks for that, Danny. That's been the Spotlight on round 10. We'll see you up at Spotless Stadium on Saturday afternoon.